Congressional Black Caucus Foundation gets ready for their 51st annual legislative conference. And this year's theme is Advancing Our Purpose, Elevating Our Power. I'm so glad that we have with us to talk about this the President and CEO of CBCF, Nicole Austin-Hillery, who's also a civil and human rights leader. Welcome to On the Record with AURN.
Oh, thank you for having me on. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, thanks for coming on. Look, tell me, why this theme this year, advancing our purpose and elevating our power? How did you pick that?
Because we are in such a critical moment right now in the country when it comes to Black America and the issues that our community is facing. And it's not just about the issues that we're facing, but it's also about how we are going to deal with those issues and face those issues. And we're going to do it through being powerful, through empowering our community and making sure that the issues that are of concern to us are elevated so that they are not just pushed to the wayside, but are seen as top priorities, not just for the Black community, but for the country.
Now, we've got the midterms right around the corner. And as we have this legislative conference, we've got midterms right on the back. What are you hoping to communicate this year that you want those who are attending and those who watch online, because you can also watch online this year for some of these symposiums?
Correct.
What do you want people to draw from that?
We want to really hearken back to that old phrase that I know we're all familiar with, which is knowledge is power. As we are heading into the midterms, the best thing you can do to arm yourself as a voter is to have knowledge about the issues and about the process. And we know this is a twofold effort. Because what we have seen since 2013, when the Supreme Court struck down part of the Voting Rights Act, Section 4, we know that we have seen attacks on Black America in terms of ensuring our right to vote. And not just Black America, Brown America, individuals who are young, students, people who are living in poor communities, the elderly. All of these communities have been under attack. And what we have seen is the best way to arm yourself against these attacks is by making sure that you are clear on the issues, that you are clear on what's at stake, and that you are clear on how the system of voting works. Because we know there have been lots of rules and regulation changes throughout the country. Voting is not the same across the country. There are different rules and regulations depending on what jurisdiction you live in, what state you live in, even down to what county you live in. And if you are not up to speed on those changes and those requirements, you're going to be left out. So our conference is going to be educating the community and giving them the resources that they need so that they will be armed with information as they head into these ever important midterm elections.
Now, the conference is going to it kicks off tomorrow, Wednesday, and it runs through Sunday. I know there's going to be a kickoff with a number of congressional members that are going to be speaking. Can you tell us a little bit about what people can expect tomorrow?
There are going to be over 100 sessions, everyone should know, throughout the course of the next several days. So you have a lot to choose from. But tomorrow we are going to be kicking off the day with the opening of our grand exhibit hall. And you should know in this grand exhibit hall, there are going to be all kinds of sponsors. And going back to what I said earlier about knowledge is power, these sponsors are going to be in place and these exhibitors are going to be in place with all kinds of information about their services, about their products, with information you can use that you can then take back to your community. So that's going to be our grand kickoff. We're also going to have a community conversation through our National Racial Equity Initiative for Social Justice here at the CBCF. And we're going to be having a conversation with Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton. And we will be talking about Black Washington. And what does it look like now? And what is the power that still exists within the Black community here in Washington, D.C.? And what can we do to ensure that that power continues through generations? We know there is a history there. We're going to be talking about that. So we want people to come down. On Thursday, we're going to have our national town hall meeting where we are going to be talking about the Black agenda. So literally all of the things that we know are crucial for us to be focused on right now, from economics, health disparities, the health disparities that we've seen run rampant during this pandemic. Those are going to be the topics we're going to tackle at that National Town Hall meeting. So we want folks to be here because there is going to be something for everyone, regardless of what your issue is or what your concern is. We're going to have experts in place from around the country who are going to be talking to you about what you need to know so that you can take it back to your own communities and strengthen those communities through your own power and your own voice.
Two last questions. One, you're going to be honoring at the Phoenix dinner, I believe, the civil rights activist and professor, Dr. Michael Eric Dyson, who we all love. Also, Representative Benny Thompson, who is the January 6th committee chair, and Miss Opal Lee, which is as a holiday. Those three people. Why those three that you're honoring this year?
You know, what's so important for us to know is this. When we honor our community, we have to honor folks from every spectrum, whether you're talking about academics who are in the classroom, who are imparting knowledge, whether you're talking about the lawmakers and the legislators who are trying to make policy changes, to talking about the grassroots activists like Miss Opal Lee, who are making differences in our communities. We think it is important for us to show the full spectrum of power and leadership that exists within the Black community. And so that's what we've done. So with Dr. Dyson, we have an academic, we have someone who's doing the scholarly work, who is providing thought leadership to the entire country, to the entire world, in fact. And we have Congressman Thompson, who we know has been leading with respect to dealing with the January 6th committee and those hearings. And then Ms. Opal Lee, who shows us that every one of us has the power within to lead and be a change maker in our communities. Those are the messages that we want to impart. And that is what we want to have on display, that the power within the Black community is multifaceted and that there is a place for everyone, whether you have a name that everyone can drop and that they know in the news, to someone who is an unsung hero or heroine working every day to make change in their own communities.
Lastly, what is the legacy of CBCF for those who are like, oh, it's a new conference, we're partying? What is the legacy of this foundation?
What I want people to know is that the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation is not about a party, but it's about the people. The annual legislative conference has been in existence for 51 years because at its genesis, it is about, again, imparting knowledge and providing resources for the Black community, not just so that you can come together in Washington, though that is critically important, but so that you then have the tools and the information that you can then take back to your own communities and help make a difference and help be change makers. That is what we do. So the ALC is just representative of those opportunities and how we come together to impart that knowledge and to do that sharing and to have that community engagement. But the work we do 365 days a year is about ensuring that the Black community is empowered. It's about ensuring that we are building a leadership pipeline of young Black leaders through our Leadership Institute. It is about ensuring that we are doing the kind of research and data collection and putting together resources that you can then come to our foundation and use and take back to your communities. That's what we are about. So don't get it confused. Okay. ALC is the pinnacle. It's a way for us all to come together. But the work that this foundation does is about the business of empowering the global Black community 365 days a year. And if you're not using our resources throughout the year, I urge you, go to our website, cbcfinc.org, get on our listservs, get our newsletters, get that research. You should be using us as a resource every day as you are fighting to make your community stronger.
Thank you so much. I know I use the resource and the studies and the papers that you have, especially when I just came out on student loans, which was incredible. So I want to encourage everyone to go to cbcfinc.org to get more information. Thank you, Nicole Austin-Hillery, for coming on AURN. You are on the record, and we welcome you back. I want to talk about the decades of work that you've done for humanity.
I would love to come back. Thank you. Please, anytime you want to have me, please just call. And it is my pleasure and honor. And of course, I'm a Howard University School of Law graduate. So look, where else would I be? But thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for joining AURN.
Take care.